Hello, Tarot viewers. Welcome to your Timeless Oracle reading. And our Oracle card for today belongs to the Guiding Light Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. The card for today is entitled Re-Evaluation. It is time to re-evaluate your present circumstances and begin to make changes where changes are needed. Okay. Now, whether we like it or not, there are certain things in our life that used to be useful to us at a certain point, but are no longer useful for us afterwards. For example, the clothes that we used to wear when we were babies, we can no longer wear now that we are adults. And so it's either we fold them and keep them as souvenirs, or we fold them and share it to other people who might still would like to use it, or we fold them and dispose of them, or maybe use them on other things. So it's like that. Every once in a while we need to reevaluate things, or else we will accumulate clutter. In the physical sense, the things that we have, we need every once in a while to reevaluate at regular intervals and try to decide which are still the things that we can still use, which are the things that we no longer use that we can still share with others or others will find useful for them, which are the things that we need to already dispose or maybe kept as a souvenir. Now, we need to evaluate these things at regular intervals, or else they will accumulate and then we will develop clutter. And you know that when your room is full of clutter, it has a psychological effect on us, also a spiritual effect, and also a mental effect, no? Also a physical effect also. I mean, it affects our health in all aspects of our being. And so there is a need for us to declutter every once in a while. That is why sometimes some people, they prefer to have minimal things. They limit these things. And when you try to aim for minimalism, you have to reevaluate regularly, at least before they accumulate. It's when things accumulate that somehow you feel a certain difficulty of moving through life. It's the same also. The clutter is not only in the physical sense. There can be some mental clutter, relationship clutter, spiritual clutter. Okay. Relationship clutter, these are relationships that are not beneficial to you. For example, an immature relationship where the sharing of relationship is not balanced, and where somebody in the relationship is suffering, somebody in the relationship is not receiving equal just sharing of emotions and love. So in a certain sense, this is no longer helpful. So sometimes we also need to evaluate our relationships. Which relationships allow us to evolve further towards our maturity in all aspects of our person, and which are those that keep us from moving forward. At the same time, material things, yes, we need to evaluate these things also. And also some habits that we have which will affect our health. For example, some habits that are sort of like an addiction, or a bad habit that, like for example, taking in nutrients that are not helpful to the body but are harmful in many ways. So we need to reevaluate these things and to remove those things that are there. Also, if we accumulate and accumulate of those things that are not helpful to our body, then it will have a negative effect also to our health. At the same time, also in spiritual matters, if you accumulate certain things that will not help you in your spiritual growth, things that can hamper you from moving forward spiritually, then you need to evaluate them and maybe let them go. Part of the process of our transformation is learning to let go of things that no longer help us in our journey. And so the need for us to spend quiet moments at regular intervals, having those time to reevaluate our life and replenish our life. It's like spring cleaning. At the end of winter, you regularly clean the house, and afterwards you feel good, you feel better. It's the same when we reevaluate your life and declutter your life in all its aspects, physically, emotionally, health also, and spiritually, mentally also, those things that are causing you stress that you need to let go. If you are able to do that on a regular basis, then you are able to go through life's journey feeling light, happy and healthy and happy, oh, and cheerful and whatever it is. Okay, so these are the things that we need to do. Now let us finish this reading with by reading the handbook that accompanies this one, this guidebook, so that we can gain more insights regarding re-evaluation. It is time to re-evaluate your present circumstances and begin to make changes where changes are needed. What have you outgrown that you are refusing to let go of? It is time to make changes. You have outgrown so much around you now. You are beginning to look at life differently. Take note of everything you feel you have outgrown. If things no longer feel the same, or you are no longer relating to your situation in the same way as before, this is because you have outgrown something, and changes need to be made. Anytime you have outgrown things around you, you have to make changes accordingly. If you continue to allow things to stay as they are, you will miss out on new opportunities and gifts that your recent inner growth is calling forth into your experience. Okay, yes, we need to remove certain things that no longer serve us so that there will be space for new things to come in. Yeah, let's continue. When you change on the inside, you have to be willing to make changes in your outer world in order to see true change, true change in your life as a whole. What changes can you make in the world around you that represent and match the energy of your inner growth? You may feel the need to change your environment or even change the way you interact with others. These changes will be effortless for you once you take the leap of faith and choose to make them. The changes that you make will prove to be the missing piece of the puzzle. Call on your angels and guides and ask them to assist you with this. There are many blessings waiting to unfold for you when you make the changes in your life that are needed now. So when we declutter our life, it gives more space for new and better things to come in. Well, I hope this reading has helped you in your present journey, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until that moment, may God continue to bless your ways.